And the centralization of power is a simple equation. If you're the few and you want to control the many, you have to decentralize decision making. The more diversity there is, the less the center can dictate to everybody. So you want to bring it in and centralize it. And that's what's happening. That's what we call globalization. That's what it is. It's the agenda unfolding. It's another symbol I found of this. See, we're doing all the work down here, and we're being the slaves of the people higher up the pyramid. Like I say, you can also symbolize it as a spider's web as well. And this network is spewing out all over the world the leaders which we think we're choosing. I've voted for years. You know, I've been voting only encourages them, I think. But what's the point in voting? If we've got a choice, fair enough. But if we've been given two matches on the same face, we're just giving credence to a rigged system. So all these people we think are kind of coming through, and like Obama, who's come out of nowhere, yeah, sure he has, they're actually brought through for those positions way back in their lives and prepared for them. And this ultimately is the structure that comes down into our everyday lives. You bring it down into a country, this will be the same for Portugal, the same for Spain, the same for Turkey, the same for Britain, and certainly the same for America, which it is based on. Over here you have the Republicans, over here you have the Democrats, it says. The Bush administration and Republicans were very, very well known to be controlled by a group of people called the neocons, neoconservatives. And the Democratic Party is controlled by a group that I call the Democons. People like typically Brzezinski, George Soros, the financier. I put Kissinger in this guy because he's an advisor to Obama now, but he's usually over there. But the Democons and the neocons go to the same force, which goes to another force. It goes to the same force. So it doesn't matter if it's Republicans or Democrats, the same force is in power. And that is happening in every country. Every country. So when people talk about Bush being big brother, no, he's not even little sister. He's just a front man. He's just a mask on a body. Same with Obama. I mean, you know, Obama, God, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. That's why nothing's changed. I mean, is it more blatant that a guy who spent 2 years telling us it was about change and nothing's bloody changed? It's business as usual. Because they are different aspects of the same control system. Some of them know it, some of them don't. So this is the movie that we're given, to see different sides of it is the force we don't see that's manipulating the game, moving the cards around without empathy. And they are putting all these scripts and diversions in so that people don't connect the dots with public people. It depends on public people for its survival. That's why they're terrified of people waking up, going round and round and round, day after day, doing the same thing. Now, this is the structure that they want in the world that they want to take it into. Very, very simple. Again, the more you centralize power, the more power you have over more people. And the more you centralize power, the more power you have to centralize even quicker. That's why the rate of centralization gets faster and faster. They want a world government that would dictate to every country, a world central bank that would control all world finance. That's why they're crashing the economy now, I'll get to in a minute or later. They want a world currency that would not be cash. It would be electronic single world currency for and has massive implications for freedom, because if you go into a store now or whatever, and you hand over electronic money, a credit card, and the computer system says no to your card, at least you can still pay cash. Once there's no cash in circulation, and it's going out so fast, then whoever programs the computer decides if you purchase anything. It means you have no means of purchase except for barter. Once that computer won't accept your electronic money or your microchip, as it's designed to be eventually. They want a world army to impose the will of the world government on any country that will not accept its dictatorship. That is what's happening with the expansion of NATO and all this stuff. It's the stepping stones to the world army. They want a microchip population with children microchipped as caused at birth. And as a CIA scientist told me in 1997, that it's not just about electronic tagging. It's not just the messages going from the chip to the computer to tell you where you are. It's about the messages coming the other way. He said that they can manipulate us mentally, emotionally, and physically, even kill us at a distance once we've got the microchip inside us, because they'll be able to do it collectively, but it will also have a particular code unique to you, a bit like a fingerprint. And he was saying in 1997 that these chips outside the public arena are so small then, they could be inserted by a hydrogen needle in vaccination programs, and we now call that nanotechnology. Under this edifice of global power, they want the European Union, because we're well going with that. They want an American Union, a Pacific Union in the Asia-Pacific area, Australia, and an African Union you already have. These were evolved out of, in these three cases, they're meant to be evolved out of, or have been evolved out of, free trade areas, stepping stones. Under that comes nation states and regions, and what they want to do is break the nation states up into regions to stop the unification of response to the edifice of power above. Coordinate 2, methods of manipulation.